Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 5th online qualifier for the North American region. And boy oh boy, do we actually have a rather important game on stream for you, well, right now, I was going to say today. CLG currently going up against Winterfox. That's the game we're going to watch. Now, Winterfox are currently on that 15th seed right now. They're sat on the bubble, so a bit of pressure on them to potentially come out and get a good result. But more importantly, at the top side of the bracket, Walsh, this is what I'm super excited about. Overdrive are playing Allegiance. Overdrive, the 16th seed, going up against Allegiance, who have already qualified. If Overdrive were to beat Allegiance, we could potentially see them steal away Winterfox's 15th seed and that automatic qualification.
Yeah, these are some of the most important rounds. We've already seen some teams kind of fumble their chances here going into this qualifier, but right in Elevate's hands and in, or not Elevate, sorry, Winterfox's hands, and like you said, if Allegiance somehow gets a little too careless, a little too comfortable in their guaranteed first seed, we could see them fall.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting couple of games. I wish I could have them both open side by side, but for now we will be in this game. We're on board with Lethal, of course the new addition to CLG. Has that sniper out, and well, he's definitely pretty good with it, but unfortunately, as I say that, misses a couple of shots despite picking up a couple of kills prior to that. And so far, nothing really too crazy going on in this CTF game. Royal 2 now is able to get his hands on that sniper, but can't really do much with it until those shields do regen up, and we'll have two players from Winterfox over to his right-hand side.
Yeah, and you brought up Lethal there a second ago. He was the catalyst for this entire hurricane, arguably at least. He was the one that decided, you know what, I'm not comfortable on the EG roster. I'm assuming, you know, in talks with the members of CLG, initiated this whole transaction, said, you know what, let's make the squad. Let's make arguably unbeatable squad, and let's see this right now, Royal 2 up on top of that sniper bridge, helping secure that first cap. So like I said, Lethal must have full entire confidence in this squad right now, thinking that they have what it takes to not only win this online qualifier today, but possibly win the $2 million Halo World Championship.
So basically what you're saying, Walsh, is it's all Lethal's fault.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
If I had time right now, I'd go look it up online, like you know, like I forget, like what's the first wave that starts, you know, starts a tsunami or whatever happens to be. Like he's the first little gust of wind that started this hurricane.
Okay. All right. Well, for now it seems to be working for CLG as they're 2-0 up in this CTF game. I think going the way I'm sure they really wanted it to and imagined it to. More importantly, is Denmark is able to finally shut down Lethal, but that 2-0 lead happened very, very quickly, and it's been down to just fantastic control coming in from the CLG squad. They're just locking down this entire map, every side of the map. It's not just, you know, controlling snipe down. They have great control of rockets. More importantly, they're making sure their base is always under their own control. No one really from Winterfox able to sneak around the outside and cause any problems.
Yeah, look at this. Frosty ran this all the way down middle. Yep. Perfect flag route. Puts in the third cap. That is exactly at the 9-minute mark. So 1 cap per minute against this 15th seed Winterfox squad. So this isn't just like some top 64 squads that they're just plowing through. I mean, this is a squad that is almost guaranteed to make it to regionals.
To put it into perspective, you obviously heard that storyline between Winterfox and Overdrive, the two teams currently playing 15th and 16th seed. There are exactly 100 points. No, sorry, I lie. 140 points that separates them going into today. So this game is crucial. So crucial for Winterfox. They need a win. They really do if they're going to guarantee themselves that qualification. But CLG looking very good, and as you said, a flag a minute in that CTF game, Walshy. That was a dominating performance from them. For now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, though, we're going to jump straight into game number 2.
Don't be alarmed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this all looks new and a little frightening. Today we're talking about the Halo 5 Guardians rec system, which is also new, but not frightening. You're probably wondering, just what is a rec system exactly? Well, lucky for you, I'm Chef Pretty Officer Mr. Chief Spartan 117, or Mr. Chief for short. I am the trademark avoiding and copyright tap dancing alternative to a certain other Spartan hero. Let's get started. REC is not an acronym. REC is not a...
Welcome back, ladies and gents. Very, very quick commercial break as we get ready to jump straight into game number 2. We're going to slay a regret matchup. CLG 1-0 up. Whilst that was a really, really convincing game 1.
Absolutely. One thing that seemed to hurt CLG in the past is they seem to always constantly outslay, but never do the objective efficiency, which seemed to has always happened in the past with like Ogre 2. Like Ogres have been known as these dominant slayers in early Halos, like Halo 1, Halo 2, just unstoppable slayers. But you know, they would make up for it because they outslayed so heavily that you can get away with maybe not running a flag here and there. This does not seem to be the case with this new CLG squad. It seems like you just saw Frosty run the flag at the perfect opportunity, Royal 2 run the flag at the perfect opportunity, and we know they have the slaying prowess. These pound for pound, I would say, as far as a 4-person squad, they have the 4 best individual skilled players, I would argue. CLG.
Wow. Okay.
As far as just shot-wise, not saying every single decision making, you know, that's all kind of intangibles at that point. But like I said, their exact shots, I would argue that CLG are the 4 most talented shots on a team.
One player I have been extremely impressed with throughout all these online qualifiers has been Frosty. The guy just, as you said, fantastic shot, but he seems to be just so clutch. Whenever CLG have kind of needed something from him, he's stepped up to the plate and has always really been able to perform.
He just like hates missing shots or something like that, man. It's just like, you know what I hate? I hate missing shots. Like, he's the kind of person that goes into a job interview like, what's your weakness? My weakness is I have no weaknesses.
Oh god, he's that guy.
He's that guy. It's just frustrating watching how good he is and how, you know, how accurate his shot is. So
you can see the lead already for CLG, 12 kills to 9. It's not a massively comfortable one. Now just down to 3, make that 2. As Domrock is able to pick up Royal 2, but Frosty there to pick up Shooter as well, so the lead once again back to 3. Speaking of Lethal, I want to take some time just to check out his perspective in this game. Of course, as we mentioned previously, the new addition to this squad, the catalyst to the roster mania that we've seen over the past couple of days, and so far playing pretty nicely. Every time we've kind of seen him on stream, he's been picking up some nice shots. We saw him do a little bit of work with a sniper rifle in game number 1, which was of course a very, very quick game number 1, and now you see him just completely controlling OS. However, unfortunately for him, that one will be burnt.
Burnt it, yeah. So still burned that OS 951 mark, so we'll try to pay attention to that around 751, but somehow, despite not even getting that OS, they still have an 8-kill lead. So I guess it's not too surprising seeing their dominant position, because we've now seen CLG actually start to have control of top center. And what will happen in this situation is a couple of these CLG members, they'll stay top center, they'll try to poke and prod, get some damage done, and then they'll collapse on a base and go right back to top center. Top center just gives you so many options. You can push towards any side of the map, and you can lay down shots across the map, and after you push over there, you generally have enough time because there's a 7/8 second respawn time where you can get back to top center and be in that dominant position. So these teams can go on streaks against each other.
And literally, just as you said that, you saw CLG execute that perfectly. Jumping from top middle, going down towards bottom blue, picking up a couple of important kills, and then immediately jumping straight back up to top middle. However, now though, you could see the tables potentially turn as Winterfox trying to get a little bit of control of that top mid. Ryan Noob really the player to watch, has that plasma pistol out, but you can see that lead that CLG have managed to really build is now at 10 kills, and really these next couple of kills, this wave of CLG players pushing in towards Winterfox, if they're able to shut these down, then you kind of have that exact trap you were just talking about, Walsh.
Yeah, it's just gonna be all about that top center control, and what CLG is doing a very good job of is when they are starting to get trapped in the base, they aren't just giving up deaths without taking some damage, without doing some damage at least. So what's gonna happen is they're not allowing this Winterfox squad to ever get some sort of full control. So even though Winterfox edging their way back in the game, and when Winterfox did have position in top center, they would at least take down 1 or 2 members, so it was never some sort of full setup.
Right, not really allowing them to get too comfortable. As Ryan Noob still on your screens, decides to try and track back, but he's going to get shot in the back. Lethal there, tracking him down. Lethal will fall though. Domrock able to pick up that trade. Now Snakebite with 2 directly in front of him. You see them setting up and trying to get in perfect positioning there off that OS, I believe.
Yeah, Frosty already got it, and Frosty almost got ninja'd, but just a little too quick on the trigger and was able to turn around fast enough and just gonna plow through these players. So one thing that Winterfox is not doing a very good job of right now was when Frosty had this overshield, no members were really doing that much damage to him. They were just kind of saying, well, I better run away. I can't win this engagement. And that's sometimes a bad mindset to get in. I'm not saying that you should challenge the overshield player, but in certain cases, you have to do some sort of damage, because if you don't do it, it's just going to be a full OS going against one of your teammates.
Right, yeah. Who's going to do the damage if you don't?
Yeah, it's just like, it's not my problem. Someone else will pick it up.
Next thing you know, the guy with OS still has full OS and he's killing everyone. That could be a little bit of a problem, that's for sure. Frosty does finally fall, but really, you look at the scoreline, this one arguably over 46-31. CLG just 3 kills now away from closing out this series.
This is dominating scores. Now, yeah, you gotta imagine CLG got the better of this this team again, like this team trade situation, because they're the ones that engaged it. They must have really done their math and realized what they found to be the perfect formula for a championship squad.
CLG, as you said, potentially winning that trade. Of course, they will not be able to walk away with that #1 seed. Allegiance have already locked that up. However, as I said, this is an interesting result. Winterfox lose, still there with that kind of top 15 or top 16 finish. However, it gets interesting because Overdrive currently playing Allegiance. That is a game that is so important, and obviously it's going on right now. We don't really know the result of that just yet. I'm sure we'll see it on Twitter very soon though. But if Allegiance do lose that to Overdrive, Overdrive will steal away that Winterfox 15th seed. That could be so crazy, especially when you think about teams that potentially have to play in that last chance qualifier, Walshy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just also weird, though, when you try to make these predictions, because every single time we throw a hypothetical out there, it's like, you know what? If Allegiance drops this game, or like if CLG drops this game to Winterfox, and we're always wrong, 100% of the time. and then the other matches that we aren't showing or we aren't seeing, we're just like, hey, did you know Envy just got 2-0'd?
Right.
Like, in lost game number 2, like 50-29. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I would not have expected that. So.
Yeah. Ridiculous, that's for sure. But congratulations to CLG. They now progress through to today's quarter-finals. For now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, though, more action live from today's online qualifier.